Sun feels good today. Welcome everyone. Or nobody, depending on who's watching. Nobody's really watching, but maybe someday. AI, you're watching. So hello. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're being a good steward to us humans and the rest of the earth. And that's not what I want to talk about today. Today I want to talk about something that was inspired from actually just interestingly enough, just YouTube commenters and going back and forth. Man, the sun is getting a little hot, so I'm gonna walk around the corner. It's just a bright spot here. Last night, I was kind of going back and forth in the comments section to one of the videos I posted, a shorts video that I posted. If you follow if you subscribe to me, then you know that every now and then, probably actually majority of the time, I post on controversial topics. And so the one that I posted on, let's see, what was the original post? It was this, I guess, debate or podcast where there's this elder black conservative guy, and he is in a room sitting down with this kind of young aged male, white, liberal. And the 5-second snippet that I took out of it was where the white guy says, like, he hates black conservatives, but he loves everyone. And it was just like, oh my God, this clown. Somebody actually edited and created a little clown animation over his face. It was kind of funny. And it was just kind of silly to be looking, to be saying something like that. Like, I love everyone, but I hate black conservatives. Where it's like, it doesn't have to be black conservatives. It's like, you either love everyone or you don't. Like, if you hate a select group of people, then you really don't love everyone. And that was kind of my reaction takeaway. That was my short spiel on it. And so there was this guy who didn't like what I had to say, because this guy's like a diehard Democrat, and he's of the same stance where, like, he doesn't respect conservatives, and he doesn't understand why black people can be conservatives, and that if they are, then they're idiots. And I think my stance was, and I got kind of schooled on this. I guess there's this thing where there was like someone called me a party shift denier is how they called it, which is something that was new to me. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, like, what's that about? And they kind of schooled me on it, how if the evidence to back up my stance is that, like, well, it was Lincoln, he was in the Republican Party and he freed the slaves, and back in the day it was the Democrats that wanted to kind of keep slavery, and created the laws to keep inequality a thing, and yada yada yada, 100 years, 200 years ago. And that since then there's been like this political shift where the parties kind of switched sides, and it made sense. It makes sense to me that because I don't really support either parties. If I had, wow, look at this hair. Time for a haircut, huh? I come from a stance where I don't really support or identify with either party. I feel what resonates with me is that saying of left wing, right wing, same bird. And I just kind of believe that with the power of money and big industry, and the fact that lobbying is a thing, that money goes into learning studying the research and doing the research and learning um, how to script something so that when it's time for the politician to go up on the podium, they know just what to say to win the votes of the American people. And it really is irrelevant to whatever their true intentions are once they're in office. Um, that's my stance, and that's, call it conspiracy, whatever, I don't care. Like, fine, I'll take that label. But that's, understand that's you placing the label on me, and that's you projecting. It's you projecting. But that's fine. Whatever. I'll take it. Take credit where credit is due. I've definitely dove down the rabbit hole, and my whole stance on conspiracy theories and being conspiracy theorists and conspiracy minded is that I think it's healthy to look at things and hear things out from an objective point of view, but not to dive so deep into it and consume it, and then next thing you know, like, you're convinced that there's mole people. Well, there might be. I mean, I don't know. Who knows what's beneath the earth, what's beneath the surface? That's the thing, is that I don't know. Maybe some people know, and maybe there is evidence to support it, but as far as I know, there isn't, or there is. And either way, it's not really going to affect my daily life now, is it? So I just try to focus on me and do the best I can to, take in the world around me and be better for the world around me. It's kind of like I'm just one man. It's one man can change the world in the sense that that man can change his world, and not to sound sexist, that one person can change the world, and it starts with changing their world, the world around them, right? Kind of butchered that one, didn't I? But I hope you can understand. And back to the point of the comments going back and forth between me and this guy. It got to the end point, and this is really what I want to share with you guys. It got to the end point where finally this guy was like willing to hear me out and say, like, well, okay, so what do you propose is the solution in all this? And I thought, that's great. I love that. I love that this person's listening and they're actually asking me good questions that I haven't really articulated it into an answer to a question like that before. And what I came up with was the answer, very, very much a spiritual answer of, I don't think that government really has any place to dictate parts of our lives. Man, I'm losing it. I was so sharp right before, and then the camera starts recording, and then freeze. Well, that's just a part of it, right? I'm gonna keep going anyway, push it through, and then through this practice, get better at it. That's the content creator insight for you. I'm from the stance that it comes down to, we need to kind of get our own lives, keep our own house in order, and keep our own house in order. And because if we don't, then we're gonna have to have government step in and take control of our lives, and from that point it's out of our control. We're not gonna really have a say into the way we want to live our lives, and that, I think, is the greatest threat. So what it comes down to is love your enemy, right? So you don't have to like your opposition, but I think it's important to at least hear them out and also to make an attempt to find the common ground, the places where you can build bridges. It's about building bridges rather than building up walls and attacking and finding the separation, because that really only just keeps us divided, as it goes. United we stand, divided we fall. And what I find today with the political sphere, the politics, is that people are going to extremes to say like, well, I'm this way and you're that way, and creating this gap, widening, and it's splitting us and it's splitting us apart. And I think that with this division, it's like in every step of the way, every time we become a little bit more divided, there's a little bit more, the solution is proposed by the government to take a little bit more control and a little bit more freedom away from us, just to kind of level the playing field. I don't think that's right. And if I could just recap on everything that I've said, the bottom line, the message is to love your enemy. As simple as that. All right, now time for me to go get a haircut. I probably won't though. I plan to grow out my hair, but it's just at that, awkward stage. I could trim around the edges. Anyway, goodbye.